Hey, how's it going, you guys? It is I, the one, the only, the great fried chicken, and today we're going to take a deep look at the design of the Roberts Space Industries Zeus Mk2. What is the Roberts Space Industries Zeus Mk2 ES? The Zeus Mk2 is quite a unique ship. It is an exploration ship and it has two brothers, the CL, the cargo variant, and the MR, the bounty hunter variant. Let's take a deep look inside of this ship and see what it has to offer for all of us in the verse. The very first thing is very important that I want to talk about, and that is this ship's co-pilot seats actually function. If you have friends who are in the ship and you need to walk away and you need to go do some stuff in the back, if you're the one flying in the front seat, well, the two other seats are fully functional. You can steer the ship, you can fly wherever you want to go, and you can quantum jump with it. So that's very cool. I haven't experienced that since the Prowler, so it is very nice for other people in your vessel to have more control. Now, let's take a look at the cargo hold, the rear of the ship, and see what it has to offer for the player. The ES can hold 32 SEU of cargo, so you're going to be well equipped for anything when you go out to the verse. And it can hold certain vehicles too very well, like a Cyclone or a Rock. This ship also has very easy component access, so you're able to take care of all of your stuff that is failing when you have to swap them out. This ship is also advertised to have a really large fuel tank, so you're able to travel and explore the verse further and longer than anyone else can. Now, let's talk about probably the second most important thing on this ship, and that is this ship comes equipped with a bunch of fire extinguishers. As we all know, fires and component damages are coming to the game very soon. They definitely kitted out this ship to be well prepared for when the fire strikes, when you're getting shot down. Now, let's just take a quick stroll through the main corridor of this vessel. In my opinion, this ship is either longer or just a little bit shorter than a Constellation. But do not quote me on that because I didn't test it out myself. Now let's move on to the habitational area, the sleeping area where the bunks are at. At a first glance, you can clearly tell that this space is well accommodated for a crew of 3 people. You have 3 lockers, 3 bunks, and a small bathroom. In my opinion, that is super claustrophobic. If you're tall, you ain't gonna like it. There's also a lot of space for storage here for personal goods and commodities you may want to place, maybe magazines or medicine and stuff like that you just want to have ready to go next to your passengers as they're laying low. Now let's move on across the hall. So this is supposed to be the kitchen area, the recreational room, if you will. But I'm probably sure this is going to be more of a specimen room where you're going to store your items and specimens that you find while you're exploring out there, since this is an exploration ship. There is 3 separate cubbies that are refrigerated in this room, so if you're going out there and you're collecting, I don't know, fruits or vegetables or other specimens, maybe some live creatures, and you want to keep them frosty, or just some beers for you and your boys, then this room has you well covered. In my opinion, again, it is just a little small, a little claustrophobic, but you know, it's meant for a crew of 3. There's gonna be someone always driving, and then someone working the engineering stuff, and then maybe someone back here cooking up some food for you and the crew. But yeah, it's a pretty cool room. Now let's move on into the engineering room. Now, this room is designed very well for more than one reason. First off, the engineering panel is very spacious and easy to access your components. And the animations that go with it are very impressive as well. I haven't seen any other ship that actually has working interactive animations that works within its ship's components. So for example, the shield generators, when you open up the panel, it actually disconnects from the actual shield generator, and when you close the panel, it reconnects to it. I haven't seen that work or function with any other ship, and that is very cool, and I enjoy that a lot. Really good design right there. And the second thing about this room that is very important is that there is 2 different entrances inside of here. We have an airlock and we also have a ladder. In my opinion, it is very important to have more than one way in and out of your ship, just so you don't get bottlenecked. What if you're in a fight and you only have one way out the rear of the ship? You have to run through the whole ship, and then you have to jump out the back, where potentially there might be someone there waiting for you to jump out. And I think that is also a really good design for the ship, to have more than one way in and out, so you're able to do what you gotta do in whatever environment that you're stuck in. Now let's move on to the cockpit. The cockpit is pretty unique looking in accordance to any other ship that you might be flying in the verse. At first glance, it looks like it's kind of condensed and claustrophobic, a little small with the way how the three seats are positioned. But after flying the ship for a while and also testing out the co-pilot seats, since they are fully functional, I learned that it's not that bad. It's actually pretty nice if you're rolling in with some friends and stuff like that and you have to walk away. Again, the co-pilot seats are fully functional and they can take the reins when you are away. The cockpit also boasts a nice little gun rack with 3 regular guns and a railgun slot, which is pretty uncommon for a lot of ships to have. Also, if you look very closely at your feet, you can see the missiles down there, and so it's really nice that they're just visible. I wonder how much they rumble when they fly out through the ship, and they have their own cool little animation when you're cycling through the missiles before you fire. Now let's talk about how this thing flies. This ship flies like kind of hard to describe. It's like a bad bitch with bad breath. It flies like the Cutlass Black and the Constellation had an illegitimate child. It does feel like it's a heavier ship than the Cutlass Black, but it also does feel a lot lighter than a Constellation. It is pretty nimble, but it's also a little funky in flight. From my experience, stopping this ship is not that joyful. It likes to sway a lot, and it likes to drift a lot too when you're trying to stop. During like heavy winds and stuff, with my experience, I've learned that this ship, even with VTOL turned on, it will sway and it will just drift around a lot depending which way the wind's blowing. And that's it. That is my deep dive into the design of the Roberts Space Industries Zeus Mk2 ES. And it's a pretty cool ship. It looks like it can fly very well. It does feel like it flies very well on certain aspects, minus stopping. And the overall design from the exterior to the interior is just very nice. I'm curious whenever the MR comes out how that one's going to be. I know they're going to change up the recreation room into an armory for all your weapons and guns and stuff, since that's supposed to be the military variant. And boom, make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you guys stay updated for my next upload. Please comment down below so I can spitball with you guys about this ship. Have you guys flown it? Have you guys enjoyed it? Are you guys happy with the new PTU Wave 4 build? Is it working for you guys, or are you guys getting errors out of your wazoo? But yeah, your boy Fried Chicken out.